Welcome to Destination Obsessed Garage. We're in Helen, Georgia. This is my house where essentially what we do is we let OG followers borrow it for money. And I wanted to add something really, really cool. My interior designer Laurel and I came up with this idea when she was helping me choose all the furniture for this place. And we have this room, we'll show you in a minute, but this room that's kind of in between the master area and the main area of the house. And we didn't know what to do with it. So she suggested, why don't we make a golf simulator room? I said, golf? No, let's put a racing sim in there. And so I'm gonna share with you this Valencia seating. I've never experienced this personally. I will point you to my friend Youthman. Go to the Youthman channel and search Valencia seating. He does an amazing job of all the individual specifications. I'm gonna give a little different take on this. One, because it's not a home theater, it's a racing sim room, and two, it's kind of a unique setup where we're putting these things. And so when I saw his video about a year ago, I said, you know, this is a great idea. So I called my friend Pan, who has a relationship with these guys, and he made the connection. The thing that was interesting to me, I don't normally do these kind of videos where I do specific products that I don't know that much about, and I've done just minimal research on this. The reason why I felt compelled to choose these was they do in-house marketing, and so I was talking to Valencia employees when I was choosing these, and they made the suggestion that we do the Oslo Luxury version. So these have like full motorization, I guess you could say, LED lights and all that stuff, which I don't care much about, but what I was looking for was a comfortable experience, and I'll show you how cool this is going to be, sitting to watch this insane racing simulator that I did, and I think we have a perfect spot for it. So I've measured, we're going to find out how it looks when we put it in the room. So let's grab a few clips of the unboxing of this. I do know in watching Pan's and Youthman's videos that these are in two sections. So there are three sections, but each seat has the base and the back, which will help because I got to carry it up a flight of stairs. And I would tell you, anytime you open any kind of furniture, be really careful with your blade. That I am an expert in. Don't ask me how I know that. That was much earlier in life when I made the mistake of cutting something. So the good news for this video is I already have the racing sim installed. My friends at P1 Podium, my new friends, came by. Actually, what we should do is do the old flipperoo method here. It would actually probably make more sense to open it upside down. So these are a super soft aniline Napa leather. So I'm interested to see what it feels like. And then what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna treat the leather, and I'm gonna read people who come here to riot act, leave your frickin' drinks in the kitchen. I wish I could take the cup holders out. They don't give us an option with no cup holders. That's what I really wanted. You don't need to be hydrating. The kitchen's frickin' 10 feet away, people. This is very out of character for me. I'm watching YouTube videos on how to make a YouTube video on a chair. So this is very different from my normal experience where I'm the guy making the YouTube video that everybody watches to make YouTube videos. But what I'm much more interested in life is the experience of, like, I don't do product reviews despite what people think. I'm just doing a product experience. What am I experiencing when I'm opening something or using something? And that's what I like to share. So yeah, that is really what they call Napa 20,000, super, super soft. So what I'm gonna treat all this leather with once we get it in position is I'm gonna treat it with Color Lock Leather Shield. So this will help to protect it. So this becomes basically a sacrificial layer for it. So even though this is a product for cars, this actually is derived from a product for home furniture, high-end home furniture. So they just adapted it to cars, so it'll work well in this application. So I'll show you that once we get these seats in position. So what I'm gonna do is hoist these up to the next level. So I'm not gonna put it together here. I'm gonna put it together up in the room, which is on the second floor. Looks like we have instruction manual. We don't need that. Looks like we have some. These might be some padded feet, which I don't think we're gonna need because we're on carpet. We'll consult the directions if we have to later. Big cubby. Yeah, there's not gonna be any way for me to eliminate the cup holder, is there? Shoot, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was hoping, to eliminate the cup holder. Maybe we can fabricate and have something made where we just cover it up. That's pretty darn soft though, man. You know, it's been many, many years since I sold theater seating. I can't even remember. It was something I didn't really care much about. And generally speaking, I don't like theater seating because I want to lay down. In this application, it's perfect though. You'll see where this goes. So we have a single arm, a double arm, which will be the middle. So I have a left, a right, and a middle. So I'm gonna carry these up to the room and we'll show you where these are gonna go. Okay, I'm a little sweaty. It's really hot. And I probably should turn the fan off, shouldn't I? I cheated. I should have done this. It would have been much more entertaining had I done this on camera, but I got one seat put together. So we're gonna put I'm gonna put this big one together here, show you it's actually really simple. The instructions didn't make quite as much sense, so I had to go watch Youthman's video, which is really out of character for me. I normally am the guy making the video, like I said, and so I had to go watch his video, and now I know how to do it. I was wrong in the garage. We actually will put this, so this is the right side, and then we bolt the two lefts onto it. I was thinking that there was a left and right and this was the center, but it makes more sense that this single armrest attaches to another single armrest, attaches to the double armrest, which terminates it. So we have a zipper that we have to put on first, and then we have these brackets, and the directions aren't super clear, but I'm gonna show you it's a lot simpler. We were fumbling with it for a little while. And then we have our two wires, and then up under here, right here, is where our power plug and then our on-off switch is. It's right there. So we'll put the power plug in there and it'll run underneath the seat. Luckily I have lots of power behind here to plug into. So actually each seat will have its own dedicated power plug. The original people who built the house, this was their office. So the really good news about this sim room is that we have quad, whatever you call it, supplies, and a big giant return. So this room is really conditioned quite well, which is awesome because we've got all this computer equipment going on here. So it'll make it for a really comfortable experience. So I take the back piece here, being careful to not poke the seat, right? So I don't want to mess up and poke through the leather. So we have our powered connections. And so what we'll do first is let's kind of set this in place. So before we lock it in place, we want to zip up the connection piece here, because otherwise it's hard to reach. There we go. So like that. And so we were fumbling with this, trying to figure out how the heck does this work. There's a little tab right here. So this little tabby thing, that's the release tab. We were trying to figure out how the tab went. And so all you do is take the seat, just like that. We were fumbling trying to figure out how to get it to work. So then we'll connect our two wires here. And then I gotta run down to the garage because I forgot to get the back piece, the back cover. These only go in one way, and it's not that way, it's this way. It's like that, that snaps in place. Snaps in place, good to go. Let me go grab the back piece, we'll put this on, and we'll slide this thing into position. Certainly isn't necessary. I guess it's necessary because you would do theater rows, right? We're up against the wall, so I'm not thinking about that. These little clips lock in place. Seems simple enough. Yep, that's it. Cool. And then let's see, would we want it inside or outside? I think outside like that. Yeah, that's nice. Shoot, plug it in before you before you put the back on. Like, plug it in, make sure the switch is turned on. They certainly are substantial. This is no slouch. So now this one's gonna dictate our position, but I think I'm gonna build this one first, then we'll kind of float it, get it into position. I'll show you how these teeth grab on. So let me put this one together and come back to you in a second. Okay, so what we do, like most furniture, sectional furniture, you line it up and you have some sort of bracket that you have to snap into. This one has the teeth type. Uh-oh. Nice. That's in. Pull these out. Like that. It's obviously going to have to come this way to get it centered up here. It's perfect. Gosh, this is perfect. I love it. It's in the position. Nice. Oh boy, this is heavy. Okay, let's check our placement, make sure we're not hitting our acoustic treatments. We're fully reclined. Okay, so I want to bring the thing forward a little bit. How does that look? Looks good. Okay. Let's check I got room there. Room on all of them. That's amazing. God dang. What throws me off a little bit in that this one's on the left and these are on the right, but oh man. Yeah. It's perfect. What are these things? What is that? Is that for some kind of future use? So we have our recline. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Oh my gosh. And then, ooh, there's lumbar. I didn't know that. Oh. There's a lumbar adjustment. That's amazing. And then, this is the coolest part. I never even thought this was a thing. So, you know, I'm reclined and I want to watch the racing sim, so your head rests, because otherwise your head, so when I get comfortable here, right, so my head is pointing at the ceiling. That doesn't do me any good. And so when I want to watch the sim, but I want to be reclined, oh my gosh. This is great. Holy crap. And my feet, like I'm 6'2", and I'm like, look, I mean, my ankles are like perfectly supported, like right here. You know, you shouldn't have your shoes on in the house. I'm sorry. So, yeah. Oh man. This is good, people. Oh my gosh. I'm so pumped about how this room came together. I got ample distance to walk through the room. I've hit my headrest proper. That's a lumbar. Headrest back. Yeah, I mean, this would be the position to sit here and watch. So then you have memory functions as well. So the eye is a memory function you can set up, which I'm sure you just simply hold down. And then H is our LED color change. Question is, how do I turn the LEDs off? Do I hold it down? Let's see. Oh, double tap. So double tap the H button. Double tap turns the LEDs on. You can choose your color. So if I was going to choose a color, I'd probably choose this color. Double tap off.
So there's the LED strip underneath here. I'll grab some footage at night as well. Holy crap, this is amazing. This one here, you almost get a similar experience to the racing sim person. So what I'll do is I'll play with this later on tonight, and I'll find like my perfect setting as people are watching, and then we'll program that to the H button or to the I button. Yeah, because that is not it. That's not the good spot. So we'll program that to whatever seems best. You also have USB-C, USB-A charging here for, when Kate's sitting here watching her iPad, she can plug in. I've been trying to teach my children how to keep their stuff charged, but that doesn't seem to be working. My parenting skills need some, All right, so let me go downstairs. I'm gonna grab some microfiber, and I'll show you how I would, if you're gonna get these seats, you can go to obsessedgarage.com and buy some leather shield. I'm gonna show you how I would treat these. This is, this is really, really soft, really, really supple leather. And so the disadvantage to that is that, you're gonna have to be a bit more careful than you would with other types of materials. You could smudge this or get funky stuff on it. And so because people do come through this house that aren't me and or my children, there's going to be some susceptibility to schmutzing my new fancy seats. And so I don't want that. So I'm gonna treat it with some leather shield. Wow, this is perfect. The only thing that'd be a little bit better is if I had them up against the wall, but I don't think that really matters. I'm gonna zip tie the wires back there. I'm gonna vacuum the carpet about 10 more times because it's still new and shedding the rug. And pop that other cap off of here. This is cool, man. I'm pumped about this. All right, so let's talk about, I'd be remiss if I didn't share this with you. Let's talk about leather care. This is really fancy leather, really soft leather, so I would think you'd want to care for it, especially if this array is $6,000 here, and it's not cheap. So I got a couple of products. One, this is how I would clean it. Now, it's brand new, so I don't think it needs to be cleaned, but if I needed to clean it, this is how you do it. And I know this is going to sound counterintuitive to you, but this is a leather care brush, and it'll feel a little stiff, but this is designed specifically for this task. So what you would do is you put a little bit of mild cleaner. I would stick with mild on this. They also have a strong cleaner, but I think in most cases mild is going to be sufficient. And I'm going to clean the surface like so, treating in small areas. And so you probably want to do this depending on how often you use your seating. I think you're going to want to do this once every 6 months or so. That's probably what I'll end up doing. I'll do it once in the summer, once in the winter, and then I've got a towel that I like specifically for this. This is called the Edgeless 365, and I'm going to wipe the surface. And then this will prepare it nicely, clean it up for when you're going to put your sacrificial layer on. So there's all kinds of modern coatings for leather. I don't think you want to mess with that. This is a breathable material, even though this is likely a modern coated leather. You don't want to put something that's going to lock up the pores. And so that's where Leather Shield comes in. We sell it in a little 150 milliliter bottle and then a bigger 500 milliliter bottle or 1 liter bottle. Make sure you shake it up. And then because I'm actually going to do it this way, because this just needs like a superficial wipe down. I'm going to do it like this. Put some cleaner on here. I'm just going to wipe just from shipping and us, putting our face on the thing. I'm just going to do a wipe down, but this isn't as good of a cleaning as you'll likely want to do in the future. You'll want to use the brush. I'm telling you, the brush is formulated specifically for leather by leather people, so you'll be safe. So when you're using the brush on the stitching, just be careful. You can go over the stitching. I'll show you. It's not gonna kill you, but just don't You don't want to beat up the stitching. So again, unnecessary for me to do at this stage because it's brand new, but I do want to wipe the surface down. Superficial wipe down, just a cleaning prior to me doing some shield. So this is a specific pH for leather care, leather cleaning. I would tell you, especially on some pretty delicate leather like this, it's really soft, supple leather. I would just caution you, use the right stuff. This is the right stuff. We know that for sure. I don't think you want to risk it. Okay, so then once that's done, we'll kind of set this towel aside in order to clean up the rest. I've got a little sponge here. I've got my leather shield. So this is a protective layer. So what it's basically going to do, it's going to put a product on the surface, and then think of it like wax. You know, the wax is just sitting on the surface, and then as you wipe the surface, hopefully the wax gives you some protection. So in this case, like if you, let's say, had blue jeans or something like that, you're going to end up with some sort of dye transfer. Like, let's say this was a white leather. What this will help do is help eliminate the chance for dye transfer. Make it so like blue jean wear and stuff like that, dyes from other clothing can wipe right off. So this becomes essentially a sacrificial layer. Now, more is not better. I'm just going to put some on my sponge, and I just need to cover the surface. It's okay if you get it on other things. I'm going to have to wipe those down after I'm done anyway. And I'm just going to do this kind of treatment. Now, I'm not really worried about treating the backs of the seats. I'm worried more about treating the areas that people are going to come in contact with. And so I like to do small sections and then wipe it off, because it can get kind of streaky. Now, I don't want to buff it off. I just want to wipe gently, just wipe it flat. And it won't add a sheen, it won't add a shine, it won't cause any change to what the leather looks like. It'll just look matte, clean, and now protected, just like that. Doesn't get any easier. So I'm going to treat the entire seat, all the areas that people are going to come in contact with. I'm going to treat it with leather shield. So 6 months from now, I'm going to bring a bucket of water, and I'm going to bring my my brush, my color lock brush. It's not just any old brush, it's a brush designed specifically for this. And I'm going to show you what I just did earlier with the mild cleaner. If there's some areas that are a little dirtier, I might break up a strong cleaner. If I have a shiny spot or something, that's where this comes in. Do the cleaner with the brush. The shiny spot is just oils. Feels great, man. That's it. And you'll do the same thing here. You can go right over the stitching. To me, this is the part that matters the most to treat. Again, soaking it down is not going to make a difference. I just need to get it on the surface, and with a reasonable amount. So I do an area about that large, and I'm just gently flattening it. Especially on black, that leaves streaks if you don't wipe it flat like this. So I'm not trying to remove the product, I'm just trying to wipe it so that it doesn't look streaky. It's pretty hard to streak with the shield. Leather protection cream is another product. You would use that after the leather's 3 years or older. So you'd put that on before this leather shield. Obviously these are brand new, so not necessary, but that one tends to streak a lot more than this does. And that's it. So I'm going to go through and treat the seats so that way they're protected. And then I'll come back to you tonight and show you what they look like in the dark when we don't have all the sunlight in here. It's gonna be awesome.
Dude, this is great. So comfortable.
All right, Rod, drive. Do something. Just drive. Oh!
It's going up the household.
All right, so I was a little afraid that these were like a YouTube chair because I saw a bunch of YouTubers choose them, and they're legit. Like, look at them, they're legit. Yeah, the leather's awesome. The ergonomics are great. Like, I think this is a true, legit home theater seat. So we'll put the link in the description of the exact model we have, but they have different configurations available. And they also have different lines, but I think I'd do these. I haven't found anything wrong with them. So thanks for watching. Thanks for Valencia for sending us some chairs to put in our sim room. And thanks to Ryan for doing some destruction. We'll see you on the next one.